Hello and welcome to another Raggy's homebrew video. Today I'm going to be making, or starting off at least, day one, grapefruit juice wine. 6 cartons of this bad boy, 6 kilos of sugar, and so let's get cracking. Obviously I've already sterilised and washed out the bucket, because I've just used this bucket to make prune juice wine, and well, at the moment, these are all experiments. I've never had one that's been a total disaster so far, although the prune juice is probably the closest. It doesn't look that great at the moment, and taste wise it's an acquired taste, I think. Is it drinkable? Yes. Once it clears, because at the moment it just looks like diarrhea. So, first things first, hot water. I boiled the kettle once. And in fact, let me pour the water in. I'm going to need probably 3 kettles full of hot water. Got to dissolve that sugar. It's paramount that you get rid of the sugar. And obviously I don't want to be here talking too long on the video, because so it usually takes at least 2 kettles full to get rid of the sugar. Never does it on the first. Right, so that's 4 bags down. So the whole of this grapefruit juice wine, the whole, including the yeast, the nutrient, the juice and the sugar, cost me a tenner. It's not bad really, for what it is. And I'm going to brew to 25 litres. See how it goes from there. So there's the sugar. As you can see, it needs to dissolve, and that's my job for the next few minutes. Plastic paddle, don't use wood, and always have a jug handy as well, because you'll need it for putting the cold water in. So give it a stir while I'm waiting for the kettle to to boil. Get stirring. I mean, I dare say that it will probably ferment out anyway, but you want it dissolved, Now, I've never tasted grapefruit juice before, so while I'm stirring, a small taste of this grapefruit. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, that's twangy. Flipping heck. So I ain't got a clue what this is going to make. What type of wine. I presume it's going to make a near white wine, or clear wine. So just go wait for the kettle now. Ooh, wow. So it's going to be an interesting experiment, this one. I like these. Now, I'm not endorsing shops, but I like these ones from Tesco's, because you screw the cap off, which means it screws and it loosens the seal as well. With some of them where you have to pull back, they bloody snap off. I've had a couple do that on another review, another video. So something to think of, you know, with some of these. Obviously, if someone's already prattled about screwing it, bin it, because obviously it's not sealed. Right, the kettle's nearly boiled. Pour this kettle in. Put another kettle on yet again, because we need about 3 kettles full to get to 25 litres. You know, so the temperature's about right. I'm not using any, you know, you can use thermometers, you can use hydrometers to get the measurements, but it's just a quick and easy, you know, homebrew wine, you know. It's from juice, you know, you ain't got to mess about straining grapefruits yourself, which I would think is a right pain in the backside. You could use apple grape instead of having 6 cartons of grapefruit juice. You could have apple grape, white grape juice, and that to me might be, you know, a way to experiment with it, you know. So you could probably get a bit more substance in the taste. Now, I do think this is going to be a very tart wine, but who knows. But what I did want to do, I wanted to taste it before I put it on, just to get a feel for how it tastes before it gets, you know. If the wine tastes anything like that, oh my god, it's going to be harsh. Now the prune juice wine I've just done, that to me is a little harsh. Right, so all the sugar now is dissolved. So you see what I mean, you need, if you're using 6 kilos of sugar, you can get away with 4 I reckon. But I've done 6, just to increase the alcohol content. And yeah, there's no sugar left now. I can't feel. Keep stirring, like you would a cup of tea. Keep stirring until you can't feel no sugar. And that's basically made quite a syrupy mixture. Right. Now your 6 cartons of grapefruit juice. Looks a bit like a Chardonnay at the moment, colour wise at least. 2 down. Three down. And obviously, using more juice, just put the price up. You can get away with 4. So if you want to do it for cheapness, use 4 instead of 6. I mean, I made a perfectly good cherry wine with 4 cartons and 4 bags of sugar. So you can do it for as little as £7 and make 30 bottles. Right, that's now took us up to 13 litres. 6 bags of sugar, 6 grapefruit, and there it is. See what I mean? It looks like a Chardonnay type colour. Right, we're now going to start chucking water in and get it up to the 24 litres or 25 litres. What is it going to turn out like? I haven't got the Scooby-Doo. You know, I ain't not got a clue. As as with all these, you know, it's an experiment, isn't it? It's 18 litres, not long. And 10 minutes in, so a couple more minutes and that's all we'll need. Right, get another stir. Yeah. With all the sugar that's in it, that's actually made quite a sweet wine at the moment. But bearing in mind that the sugar's going to be disappearing. Just at the 25 litre mark. Stir again. And here we are, there's the 25 litres. So, the last part. 1 bag of wine yeast, £1.10. Yeast nutrient, £1. This yeast nutrient is enough for both these brews that I'm going to do. So, put half in this one. Supposed to stir it in, but I've got to walk to the shed with it, so it's going to get stirred enough. Always add that you can get away without yeast nutrient, but you know, you don't want to not succeed. Right, every time I do this I can't find the scissors and the yeast don't taste that nice. So, again, pour the yeast on the top. You know, if you're going to do this, make sure you get scissors. Just so, I'm sprinkling the yeast on the top. I'm not bothered about stirring it because it will get stirred on the base of the shed. And that is that. This is day 1. Give updates every 2 or 3 days just to see, you know, where we're going. If it's fermenting, because if it doesn't ferment, I'm in trouble. I mean, sometimes I have to wobble the hell out of the case to get it going, but it looks a nice colour. So it looks a lot more palatable than the prune juice wine, which was brown. It looked like diarrhea. This doesn't. It looks interesting. I'm very, very interested to see where the tartness goes, whether some of the sugars don't ferment off, you know. Right. Lid on. Put the old airlock on. There we go. And that's it. That's day 1. 13 minutes and 42 seconds. Not bad. Just got another one to do now. Thanks for watching. And if you've done one of these yourself and you've used any of these ingredients or slightly different, let me know. Always up for an experiment. Thanks for watching. See you soon.